So today we are going to learn about how to start doing web development. So we will see what things to learn, how to learn. So let's get started. So first of all, we should know the basics like how internet works. And after that, what is web page and what is website, and then what is domain name, and then what is URL. First of all, starting web development is not the requirement. The requirement is we should know that how internet is working, what is web page, what is website, etc., etc. So just Google it and you can see what is these things. And if you don't want to Google, then just wait for me. I will definitely bring a series of web development for you. And so after that, we should also know that how browser works, how browser is working, and how browser is different websites are managing through the browser. And then we have HTML language. First of all, we have to start with HTML language, which is a markup language, hypertext markup language, and then start with all the basic tags. You should know the basic tags of HTML and then the major attributes of them. Yes, the major attributes like what is style, what is width, what is height, like that. These are the major attributes of them. Form is very important. Why? Because in form we add the data. So we should know how form works. And then we have that also see the working of tables in HTML. Yes, because if we want to work with database, so we will work with tables. And then we have CSS styling. After HTML, we should start CSS. We should start learning CSS. And there are some basic things in CSS like padding, margin, box model, border, etc. So in starting of CSS, we will learn these things. And then we should learn that font properties and font family, color size. And to say the properties of font, that how we can enhance font, how we can change the font. And then we have size related properties like line, height, width, and then block, then what is container, how we adjust our data in the container. And then we have CSS shorthand properties like animations, flexbox, variables. These all things we should know. And then we have CSS responsive. Mean to say that our website should be responsive. What is the meaning of responsive? If you are watching your website on laptop, then its size will be like this. But if you are watching it on the mobile, then its size will be like this. Then how the text is arranged in that, how the images are arranged in that will look different in phone and different in mobile, different in tablet and different in mobile laptop. So it will be different. So how to arrange the things, how to make them responsive, that comes under CSS responsive, in which we have here viewport, grid view, media query, video, and frameworks, etc. that we should learn. And then after finishing the CSS, we should start with JavaScript language. And then in JavaScript language, we should learn about basics like variables, then let, const, operators, data types, strings, etc. You can also check my notes I have uploaded on Telegram. And then we have JavaScript objects and functions. Objects are very necessary to learn, that how objects work. And after that, functions also. There are so many built-in functions that we can use. Like we have alert function, we have prompt function, like that. Otherwise, we also have like map, reduce, and the arrow functions are different type of functions that we can make. So these are very important to learn. After that, we have control statements. So control statements like if, else, switch, comparisons, conditions, etc. You already know if you have learned C++ or C language, see my tutorials. And if you have not seen, you can see that. So after that, control statements, you will learn looping statements. You should learn looping statements. Why? Because loops are very necessary. It will save your time. And you will work with it, you will come to know. So we have for in loop, and while loop. And after that, we have features like rest and spread operators that are necessary if you want to learn the frameworks of JavaScript then. And also what is callback, how we use callback functions, and then default parameters. You should know about that. And then we have new features like promises, promise chaining, async await, etc. That will be also useful. And now after finishing JavaScript, we will start with this bootstrap or tailwind. So before starting, let me remind you again. So first of all, we have to start with this basics that we should know, and after that HTML language, and then we have to do CSS, and then we have to do JavaScript. After doing these three things, we have to start making our projects, simple projects like simple website. Let me show you my website. I will tell you how I have created them, and then I will show you that how you can also do that. So let me show you. So you can see it here. So let it open. After completing HTML, CSS and JavaScript, I had made these projects. You can see here. These are the projects. Like I had added in live projects. Like this is a dice game. You can see. What is it? So it is loading. Let me open it in another tab. It will take some time because my internet is slow. So I will open it in a new tab. And I will also open this in new tab. And I have made a lot of projects, simple projects. So I will open to show you. And these are very simple projects that you can also make. And if you want to know how we can make it, I will also tell you these things after finishing the HTML, CSS and JavaScript tutorial. If you want me to put the tutorials, then just comment down below. So I will just show you the project so that you should know that how we can create and how we should learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and then we can create things like this. So these are loading, I think so. First thing is loading, like dice rolling is there. So if you have any conflict between two players, then they can roll the dice, and whoever will win, they will get the thing that they want. So this is about the rolling dice that I have made watching the tutorials on the YouTube. And then this is a image website that can blur the image or space this thing, and we can change also the color of that like this. So this is about this, and where I had used CSS and JavaScript. And then we have Truncate. If I will click here, it will just play a sound. It will play the sound. And I have also created this. Let's learn some sounds. These are also the sounds like applause, flash, so these were some websites, and this is also the image gallery website where you can view the images. So you can also create the projects like that after HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Like this is also a simple website which will show you frequently asked questions. So I answered them here. And then this is the drinking water that is very much favorite of mine, because I drink water a lot. For that I had made this. Like I had drank 250 ml water, so it will show me I have to drink 2 liters, so I have to drink one more water. I will drink one more, then more, then more. So it is very helpful for me. You can also make these type of projects for you. Then I have this movie app which will show which movie is coming, which movie is trending, and also show a description about that. So this was done using an API where I had learned how to integrate an API with JavaScript. So I had given an example that how we can make the projects after learning HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So this was about this basics. This will tell you that how to make frontend, how to make frontend applications. Now after that, if you don't able to start these things, mean to say that if you had done HTML, CSS and JavaScript like I had done in an earlier phase, but I was unable to create the thing, then what to do? Then you can go to this. Let me first, yes. Then you can go to this Bootstrap or Tailwind. So what is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a framework that will help you to create the things. You should have the minimum knowledge of CSS, and if you have a minimum knowledge, then using the Bootstrap you can create very effective things. And same here in the case of Tailwind. Tailwind is more better than Bootstrap. And then we have left line. Then you can see it here: Bootstrap, grid system, image, table, button, forms, images, browsers, etc. So these are some things that we should know. And then we have copy the code from website and use it in the HTML page as class. So this is the thing about Bootstrap. Let me show you if I have something. Like I will enter in Bootstrap. Bootstrap. So let's see the website opens or not. So website has opened. So I will go there. So shall we get started, etc. I will not do these things. I will just show you the things. Like let me show you components. So in components we have like progress. So we can use this progress. So you can see this thing will automatically come in your website. What you have to do? You have to just copy this code and add in your HTML file. So you can copy the code and add in your HTML file. These things will come automatically. You don't need to use the CSS. You can see here buttons. These types of buttons can be also added, like forms also can be added. So in forms also, with proper validations, these can be added. So this is the code about that. You can copy and paste it. We will learn about these things. If you want, then you can comment. Then I will make a proper playlist of active. And then Bootstrap, we also have that working with Bootstrap themes and more. So I will tell you this thing later on. First of all, let me tell you about Tailwind also. So in Tailwind, we will work with Tailwind CSS framework using its components. It is also like CSS. If you know CSS, then you can work more with Tailwind. It is also a framework like Bootstrap, but Tailwind is more good than Bootstrap. And then working with themes of Tailwind CSS and components of that also. Like we are seeing the components in Bootstrap, that button component was there, like that. So this was all about the Bootstrap and Tailwind. So what is the main aim of telling me about this thing is that if you don't want to make the front-end websites, but I am not saying that you don't want to make, you want to make, you have to make it. I am saying that if you in case can't make, you can't think that how to make, what to do, then you can use these Bootstrap or Tailwind things. It will be very helpful to you if you can't remember the CSS. And other than that, I was showing you that Bootstrap themes or Tailwind themes. What is it? It is like free templates that you can download from the website. Like let me show you something. Free HTML CSS templates. So it is loading. Meanwhile, let me do something. Like you can see here, free templates. Downloading and using free templates of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So you can see it here. So I am opening. So let us open this thing. So you can see this. This is a template that is made by someone else, but we can also use it in our website by providing you proper credit of that thing. So you can use a template and you can edit the things in that if you know HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and you can create your website. So as it is, yes or no? Comment down below. And then we have working with free Bootstrap themes or templates. You can also see the Bootstrap themes. Let me search about that. Bootstrap themes, not W3 schools. So let's see Bootstrap themes. So Bootstrap is also providing the themes of it. So you can see that these are the themes of Bootstrap. You can just use these themes in your projects and make a very good website. You have to just edit the things in that and you can make your website, your own website. I'd also done these things when in initial period I was learning the things. When I was learning the PHP, I was not able to make front end properly, so I had done this thing. And then we are working with free Tailwind CSS template also. So you can also search for Tailwind CSS templates. We will get them. They are more best than that. And then we are changing things in template using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The thing that I was telling you about, that we can change the things. We can change HTML, CSS and JavaScript in that template. After changing what we want, we can make things like that. And then we have backend part. Now we are done with front-end part, that how front-end will work, how the website will look. Now it is a time of backend, that how we will work through the database, how we will work with data. For that we have very popular tool languages, that is Node.js or PHP. Why I am showing you Node.js or PHP? Because I have experience in these two things. Because I had made projects in PHP also, and also doing projects in Node.js. So I can tell you about these things. Because Node.js is in very much high demand. And PHP is also in high demand. Why? Because so many old websites are made in PHP and so many old people still prefer PHP instead of Node.js because they don't know about Node.js. Like, let me tell you an example. Like in my college also they are teaching PHP, not Node.js. They're saying that you can do Node.js also. But in syllabus there is PHP, so we have to study the PHP. So that's why PHP, we can learn PHP also because it is very easy. And Node.js also. So let's start with Node.js. So npm Node.js file system, command and arguments, and yards, etc. So in starting you will learn these things, that like what is Node.js file system, how to manage file system, and then what are command line arguments, and then yards, etc. Like Node.js HTTP request and API management, file upload and emails. These things you will learn using Node.js. And then you have working Node.js and creating Express server and handling data, and create an Express server using Express. If you are learning Node.js, then you have to also learn about Express. That's right. So you will create an Express server on which you will run your Node.js application, and you can handle data using Node.js. And then we have working and handling data with MongoDB, Mongoose and CRUD applications. I will tell you these things later on. I have one more slide about that. After that, we are working with PHP also. If you don't want to work with Node.js, you want easy things, then you can start with PHP also. Like working with variables, conditions, loops, operations, data files, etc. First of all, you will learn basic programming things, and then you will start with mysql database. And you will perform CRUD operations. CRUD means create, read, update, and delete. And then you can also handle data using PHP. that how to handle backend data, how to handle with database. This is all about backend, and now we will see how to work with database. So MySQL and MongoDB. We have two types of databases that are very much popular, and we use MySQL with PHP and MongoDB with Node.js. So you can see the color, green color is there and green color is there of MongoDB, that leaf and this thing, security line. And in PHP we have this type of color, so SQL also have this type of color. So you can just change according to that. So what is difference between SQL and NoSQL database? I will also tell you about that. So what is different between that? So what is SQL database is like MySQL and NoSQL database is like MongoDB. So what happens in SQL database? Let me show you with an example. We can't do it without showing you example. So I'm opening my XAMPP server. You will also know about XAMPP server when we will work with PHP. So in XAMPP server, what we will do, we will start with Apache server and start with MySQL database. Now I will go into the admin section of my MySQL database to show you that how SQL database work and how NoSQL database work. So it is loading. Meanwhile, let me start my NoSQL database, that is MongoDB. So it is opened. So let me show you one database for my different projects. So I will open from here let me close this first. I will show you the SQL database. So what should I open? I will open this my CMS database that I have created a CMS website. Well, this is the database and these are the tables. Like I will open one categories table. So you can see that in MySQL database, the data is arranged in form of these tables. So an ID is provided to that and then the data is shown. So you can see all the data. It is arranged in form of tables. Now you have come to know that what is SQL database. SQL database means to say that the data that is arranged in table form. Now we will see MongoDB, that is a NoSQL database. So let me open that also. So it is opening. So it is open. So I will connect through database first. It is showing me connecting to localhost 27017. So it is connected. What is localhost? I will also tell you about that when we will start our web development tutorials. So you can see it here, task manager API. I had created one database. So this is task. So you can see here in that you are watching that there were different type of tables. And you are seeing there is no table in this tab. There is no table. What it is said, what we call it, it is a collection. It is a collection. Task manager API is a collection. And task and users are the documents of that. What we call in MongoDB or NoSQL databases like that. What is database? We say they are a collection. And then what are the fields of that or what are the tables? That we say they are the documents. I will also, this is a JSON format that we use it. I will also make it in table format so you can see that. So you can see like this. It is type of a table format. But what we do in NoSQL database that I am showing you here, this is not in a table form. It is in a JSON form. So this is a type of difference that you can see that what is the difference between SQL and NoSQL database. So in SQL database, we had seen that what is MySQL database that we use with PHP, and in NoSQL database, we had seen MongoDB. So now let's start more things. So installing MongoDB Compass and working with that, working with collections and documents. These are the things that you will learn when you will start with MongoDB. I've shown you the MongoDB, that interface that was the MongoDB Compass that you will install and work with that. And I had also told you what are collections and documents that you will work with. And then we have performing CRUD operations in MongoDB. That I already told you, create, read, update and delete. And then we have installing XAMPP server, web server. This is about the SQL databases. And we will work with PHP. So with PHP, we will install XAMPP server or web server or lab server. XAMPP server and web servers are used for Windows. Lab server is used for Linux. So I had opened the XAMPP server right now in front of you. That was XAMPP server, in which we can start our Apache server and our MySQL database. And we can work with databases. And then we can make tables and perform CRUD operations and working with keys. Yes, we can work with keys. There are different type of keys like primary key, foreign key, etc. which we can work with in SQL database. So this was all about database. So what I want to tell you is like we should learn a technology first of all, front end. So we will learn about front end that we had seen here, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then we can see Bootstrap or Tailwind, and we also have one more option that are the frameworks that I will tell you in the end. After that, we will see about the backend. In backend, we will learn backend language or library or framework like Node.js or PHP, and we have to also know about the database where the data will be traced. So I had also told you about database. Now we will see one more thing, that is framework for frontend that are used very much nowadays, that are React or Angular. You can choose any one from that. I had used React, so I had worked with React. I will also show you the projects of React there. So after learning front end and back end, what you can do, if you know how to make a proper website, then you can make, or otherwise you will just make a proper website of front end and back end by combining them. Let me show you one project also, so that you come to know that after learning front end and back end, you can create projects also. So I have to start my XAMPP server again. So it is started already. So I will show you the projects. So like localhost, I will not show you this project. This is my college project. I can't show you. So I will show you my CMS project. I have already shown you, and I will just show you this project. No problem. What it is in this project. So this is a faculty management project that I had made. So what it is, this is the front end of that. And these are the things like faculty will add their journals, conference, books, and book chapters that they have published in their books and in their career. And they will also provide their research guidance. So there is nothing here. I will just log in with an admin, and its password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will not tell you. So this is what admin will see. Admin can see what total faculty is here, how many researches have been done, then what are the publications. And then admin can see the profiles, like I created my own profile. And one more, admin will see the profile of its own department. Admin can see its own department profiles here. Like this is the admin of information technology, so we will see information technology data. He can see the data, he can update the data, he can revoke the person from logging in, and he can also update the data of that. And he can also see all the journal and publication and conference and research guidance of people who have made them in that information technology sector. So he can manage these things. You can see it here. It is written logged. What is the meaning of logged? So meaning of logged is here that the data has been logged by the faculty. So admin have the privilege that he can unlock the data. So like I will click here my data. Like this is an faculty. Like I am a faculty in a college. So I will enter my data here, update my data, or I can update my login details here. So this is all done through PHP and MySQL database. And then I can see my journals if I have published any, and conference any. I can delete them, I can unlock them. I can add the new data also using this. You can see that I can add this whole data here in this form, and then I will click on add data. It will be added here. So I will not adding because it will take a lot of time. And I can also sort it accordingly like that. Like in 1990, if anything is happened there, no, nothing is happened. You can also sort it according to that. So let's see, like in 2001 journal is there. So it will show me only one journal of that. So if I want to update that, so I will click here on unlock. Then what will happen? It will request to the admin, and admin will unlock it. Now I will open my admin here. So you can see it here, journal. So here one option is there, unlock option is now there. Previously it was not there. But this is the coding behind the scene through PHP. Now I will click here unlock, then that person can unlock his data. So unlock means to say that unlock data is unlocked. Now we can update the data. Now I can update the data. Like I written here national, I will change the international, and I will change the year to 2005, and I will update and lock my data again. So data is updated and locked. You can see it. You have to again unlock the data again to change. And international, it is changed. So this type of project I had made in PHP. You can also make these type of projects. Log in, log out, and then adding data, and sorting the data. How to add data, how to unlock, how to update, how to delete, how we can download the data. I can also download the data. Also adding the code to download the data. So let me see if I can see the data and download it. So yes, it is there. So we can also download the data. So this is all about backend, that if we are learn frontend, so through frontend we can make this interface. Okay, and through backend we can make this type of thing. Unlock, delete, add, integrate, delete, download, faculty data, everything, the things that I have told you, these things we can add to backend things. Like its database is created in that PHP MySQL server. And through that database, it is showing the data here. Let me show you that data. I was thinking not to disclose, but now I am disclosing. So there is the data. You can see there is so many. Let me show you first journal type. Journal. Where is journal? This is the journal. So you can see journal table have lot of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is not showing everything. It is also only showing the information technology data to that. So this is the power of PHP and backend. And I was also going to show you the downloaded data. You can see that downloaded data is also here. So we can do so many things through this thing. Now I had shown you my project also. One project, I made so many projects more. So now you can come to know that how we can first make front-end application, and then we can also make back-end application by integrating the database and data and use it. So this was all about front-end and back-end. And other than that, we can also learn one framework, that is React or Angular. So React is made by the Facebook and Angular is made by the Google. You can choose anyone. Many people are preferring React because React is very fast and responsive, and Angular is very good because it is made by Google. So you can't compare Facebook and Google, both are at top. So you can choose anyone. I'm using React. Why? Because it can make a application look like a single page application. So you can see it. So you can see it here, working with React DOM, JSX, classes, and components of React. You will learn about what is JSX, what is DOM, what are classes, how we can use components of React if you want to learn React framework. It is also for frontend. And then we are working with props, hooks like use state, use effect, and style modules in React. You can also style your website using style modules or simple CSS. And then we have React router. Router is used to make multi-page application look like a single page application. Then making and using routes, build plus deployment, how we can build the code, deploy the code. You should learn these things if you want to learn React then. And then we have working with AngularJS, expressions, modules, directive controllers. You want to learn Angular, then these things are for Angular. And then working with AngularJS model, filters, SQL, animations, routing, etc. You can also see these things. This is a proper roadmap that I have provided you that you can follow. So why I had provided React and Angular? Because there is a proper stack. So here I am. Let's see this. Top 4 web development stacks you should know as a programmer. So in programming also there are different types of stacks. So you can see here. First of all is MonStack. MonStack is one of the most powerful and in-demand web stacks of 2021. You can read it here. MonStack is free and open source JavaScript software stack for building dynamic websites and web applications. MonStack is basically based on JavaScript. So why I told you about that? Let me show you. Why in the end I have told you about this React or Angular is, the reason is that MonStack. First of all, you can learn MongoDB. M stands for MongoDB. E stands for Express for handling the server. R stands for React. And N stands for Node.js. And then we have MeanStack. What is difference in mean and MERN? In MERN there was R for React and in mean there is A for Angular. You can see it here. It is also used for same things. Instead of React, Angular is used. Then we have LampStack. LampStack. What is LampStack? LAMP. L stands for Linux, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, P stands for PHP, Python or Perl. So you can follow LampStack. You can use L or you can also use W. W stands for Windows. So you can also work on Windows also, Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl or Python. That you can do with this XAMPP server or LAMP server. So what it is like using Linux or Windows, and on that you will turn on your Apache server and then you will check your data in MySQL and host that thing and do the things with PHP language. So you can also call this LampStack. that I had told you. That first of all, you should know about PHP and then database like MySQL, and then you can do it. And afterwards, in end, we have Python plus Django. Actually, I don't know much about Python and Django. My friends know about that. So actually, if I will get any information about that, I will definitely tell that we can also do web development through Python plus Django. So those who don't want to learn through JavaScript or PHP, they can learn Python also. This is used for backend development, Python and Django. So these were the stacks that you can use for web development. And now I had also told you that how to learn web development from starting to till end. And in the end, I want to tell you, if you want to follow anything, if you don't want to follow my YouTube, if I'm presenting something to you, then you can also follow the courses that I have followed. So let me show you the courses. So let me open my Udemy profile here. First of all, then I will show you the courses. So it is opening. So first of all is web development boot camp. This is a web development boot camp that will load in a few seconds. So this is a boot camp. Complete 2022 web development boot camp. This course you can follow for complete full stack web development. You can see it here. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node, React, MongoDB, and then build real projects. So some of the projects that I had shown you in my portfolio website that were also built through this course. And after that, if you want to learn Node.js, so for Node.js also I have the best course that I had followed to learn the things. Node.js, let's see. So this is the best seller course and best course for the Node.js that I had also followed, and I'm also creating things through this thing. And after that we have React. So for React you can follow the course if you want to, but I had followed this course and still I am unable to make the things through React. That was this course. Maximilian has started this course that you can learn, but I am telling you that it is very big course and you will be very confusing. You will feel very confusing if you don't know HTML, CSS and JavaScript properly. If you know these things very properly, you have made projects, then you will learn this very easy. And then you will say, what about MongoDB? And the course that I told you about Node.js, he will also tell you about Express and MongoDB. He will tell you both things. So this instructor is the best instructor I can tell you for Node.js, MongoDB, and Express. You can see it in Node.js, Express, MongoDB, Jest, and more. We will tell you a lot of the things, and you can practice properly. If you want to buy the course, you can buy it. Otherwise, you can check my videos. I will try to upload videos from starting to till if I will get the time. And if you will comment down below, then and then we also have one more course. Let me remember. What was the name of the course? Yes, PHP course. Let me see if there is an instructor through whom I had learned. Yes, this is the best course from Admin Dash. The website that I had made, one website that I had learned the PHP from here, and then that I had made that website. Let me show you that website. This is the website that I had made using the PHP. You will see that this is such a simple website. I can also make it, but you have to see the backend also. First of all, see the backend and then tell me is okay or not. So backend need to say that not database only, but let's see the backside of that admin panel. This is the admin panel of that. And you can see what the post has been done, how the comments are working, how the categories are there. And then we have categories table, delete and edit the things, add the new category, then different comments on different posts. And then we have different type of users that we can view. We can make admin, we can make subscriber, we can update them, delete them. And we have also the option to add the users, and we can also check our profile, or we can also change our password also. So for change password is saying go to users. If you want to change password, go to users. So I go to users Yes, in users you will see their update. You can update the password also from here. And this is the website that I had made using this course, and I learned a lot of things from this course. If you want to learn PHP and how to work with this XAMPP server properly, then you can follow this course that is by Admin Dice. So this was all I had experienced, I had told you. And instead of that, if you want to know anything else, you can comment down below. I will tell you more about the things. Okay, if you like our work, then please support us by like, comment, and also share our YouTube videos with your friends. It will be very helpful for me and also helpful for you also. If our subscribers will be increasing, then I will also increase my content. So thanks for watching this video. We will meet you next time.